Good day, listeners. Welcome to another episode of Unlock Your Potential. I am your host, Christina Swan Awaga. In today's program, we will have two very important guests, and we are going to focus on the School of Applied Arts and Technology. As we continue with our program, we would just like to thank you for continuing to viewing our programs on Mondays from Channel 12 from 5:30 p.m. and a repeat on Saturdays from 2 p.m. We totally appreciate your support and we hope to get your feedback. And as we continue with the program, we'd just like to welcome Mr. Lindon Jackasal, past student of the SAAT school. Welcome, Lindon.
Pleasure to be here today.
You sound very, very cold. I want you to, respond to us nicely so that our viewers can hear you clearly. So thank you again. And as we move forward, we hope to hear you a little bit clearer.
Jenneil, but
Welcome, Ms. Jenneil Brathwaite, another student, past student of the School of Applied Arts and Technology at ECCB.
hi, it's actually Jenneil, but I'll take it. And hi everyone, and thanks for having me here today.
Oh, great. So I will try to say Jenneil next time. All right. So you viewers might be wondering, okay, why these past students of the School of Applied Arts and Technology? Now, the School of Applied Arts and Technology has an exhibition program, usually focused at the external environment, business community, for persons to come and look and view the projects that students usually put together at the end of their program. And as a result of that, we had the ECCB Bright Sparks representative come into TAMCC to view our programs and see which one of the students will qualify to be part of the ECCB program. As a result, we have these two students who have been selected to be part of that program, and they have been doing very well. We want you to listen to their story, listen to the experience, share their story with others, and I pray that after today, their story will make an impact in the life of even the present students at the moment, so that they too would aspire to put on very strong and powerful projects so that they too can be selected. So as we move on, I just want any one of you to tell us, how did you hear about TAMCC? When you heard about TAMCC, was it on social media, someone told you, or did your parents say you're going to TAMCC, or was it a presentation at your secondary school? How did you first hear about TAMCC? Let's go with Jenneil.
Okay, well, with TAMCC being one of the only tertiary level education on island, it's a first kind of, and not to hear about TAMCC. But for me, it would have been a little mix. My parents and my sisters and my brother would have all went to TAMCC, so it was going to be good of me to follow. And I do remember a presentation. Someone from the admission office came. They gave us a presentation of the programs they offer, and that too helped put forces in place for me to actually select what I will be doing at TAMCC.
Lyndon, tell us, how did you first hear about TAMCC?
Well, both my brother and my sister went to TAMCC, so region would have heard about TAMCC from them. But besides that, I would have heard most about it through word of mouth and through various television programs, showing various activities that were happening in the college at the time. So news, broadcasts, the radio, but most times through word of mouth.
Awesome, awesome. So, as you have seen, TAMCC is really a community college. It's a one and only college on the island whereby we know that most persons would have gone to TAM back a little bit, your parents, your siblings, cousins, family members, etc. So I'm happy to know that it was something that you heard from several different channels. Moving forward, I would like to go back a little bit before you actually started TAMCC. What were your goals? What did you intend to do? Why you wanted to come to TAMCC? In coming to TAMCC, what did you expect to get out of it? Lyndon, tell us.
Well, um, my goals before coming to TAMCC, um, my goals would have been to develop and master my IT skills because that was a program I was aiming to do before I even think about coming to TAMCC. So IT was something that was always there for me. I've always had a passion for it, so that was one of my goals coming here. Um, before starting TAMCC. Some other goals of mine were to graduate with honors and to improve my soft skills as well. So those were some of my goals.
Okay.
Indecisive.
Hear some more about those goals as we continue to speak. Jenneil, tell
Hmm.
us, what were your goals?
Well, up until graduating from my secondary school, I was still a little indecisive as to what my path would be. And after going to TAMCC and watching the brochures and so on, I I finally made up my mind. And my main goal was really similar to Lindon, was to go, do my best, make my family proud, make my secondary school proud, and graduate with honors as well. And from there, continue on to SGU and just finish off my bachelor's. That was my basic goals for that.
All right, all right. So now we going into TAMCC. So it is obvious now that both of you would have selected the IT program at TAMCC, right? Can you tell me something about the IT program that stood out to you throughout your process at TAMCC?
I'll begin. So one thing that stood out to me was how practical it was. Like I remember my first day going in, like coming from secondary school is always a transition. So I went to school with five notebooks, pencil, pen, got in class, and the teacher's like, everything's online. Textbooks, you take your notes online, and that was kind of a change for me. And like then it hit me. It's tech and doing network. This is the way we're going right now. So of course it will be like this, and like going further on. Finish first year, finish second year. We got to basically dive into things like programming, doing networking. We even got like internships. So those were good things that I really appreciated about the program. It built us not only like theoretically but practical.
Okay, before moving to Lyndon, I want to pick on something that you just said. You would
Sure.
have mentioned that you did your internship. Can you tell us where did you do your internship, or is it the internship that you are doing now?
So prior
Okay.
to being here in St. Kitts, I would have done a 6 week internship at NIS, and that was mandatory in order to graduate from my IT program.
Okay, and how was that
Yes.
experience at NIS? Was the information you gathered at TAMCC practical within your internship?
I would say yes, because when I first got there, I remember at TAMCC we did a course called Social Skills. One thing I forgot to mention as well is that with the program that skills did, it did not only focus on the majors. So like we did different things like social skills, Caribbean history, English, maths. So when I first got to NIS, it was good. I was able to develop some of the skills that I would have learned from being a part of that program, as well as even some of the things that I would have learned in classes and probably did practice as labs, I was able to actually showcase that at NIS in my short time there as well. So
Okay, awesome. Now, there was another bit of information you also shared that all your textbooks and your notes and everything was online. I just want you to tell us what year was that when you came in?
I came in the year 2017.
Right. Now, my viewers might be wondering where am I going with that. Now, if TAMCC was already online since then, we are talking now 2020, COVID-19, and we are focusing on online learning, which means that we would have been in the go even before COVID-19. So it's something to applaud TAMCC about, and I'm happy that you got that online experience before completing your degree with us. And so we're just going to move on a little bit to Lindon. Let's hear from Lindon.
Mhm.
Tell us, what are your highlights as a student within your program?
My highlights as a student within the program, those would also well, the fact that I was able to maintain a consistent, nice grade throughout the 2 years that I spent there, and also had the opportunity to take part in the IT club group that was at the college at the time. So got to learn a lot about IT related stuff other than what was taught um, on the courses and so on. Yes,
Right. So it is good to highlight that TAMCC is not just about academics, but we also have other groups that you can be part of. And you were part of the Information Technology Club, right? Was it that?
yes, yes.
Right. And tell us a little bit about what you guys did at the club. What is it that you would have done there that was either practical with what you learned? Is it, was it in cohesion, or was it something totally different? Was it more? What exactly you were able to gain from the Information Technology Club?
From the Information Technology Club, it was put into a way so that it assists you with the various courses that are being taught. So one of the things that we did in the club was fun, and that actually helped us a lot in one of the courses, which was called Introduction to Graphics. So we had the opportunity to have a little fun. Although the introduction to graphics course is already fun, but we got to learn a lot more on the side um, while in that club. We also learned programming, so all of programming we were engaged in various fun activities, besides being serious at work all the times with the courses and so on. The club actually made us have more fun with programming. Although programming can sometimes become a bit overwhelming, it was really nice to have the club on the side so we can participate in various group activities and various games and so on. So
Okay,
it
awesome.
actually improved our learning experience more.
Great, thank
Yes.
you. Um, I want to go now into the project, the exhibition project that you would have covered at TAMCC. I looked at your previous interview with the ECCB, and I noticed that you were the developer. I want you to tell us a little bit more about
Mhm.
that exhibition, that project that got you where you are today. And tell us, how would you guide another student who has to do a project now into ensuring that they stand out within their group, because I noticed that your group was also a big group. However, you stood out.
Mhm. So it was it was a project. It was a team effort project. So we all came together and we developed this application, which basically virus enables various people to debate and communicate simultaneously about various topics. So let's say we want to debate the coronavirus pandemic that is happening right now.
Right.
They can log onto this platform and they can debate or discuss or have various, talks and so on about what's happening. And, it's fun. We had because people just love debating various stuff, various things. And this was done using various communication means. So within the program, we had text messaging, instant messaging actually, and so on. So it was done simultaneously. If I have to guide another student to into my steps to develop a program like that, I would tell them, to not to look at what is already there. Try to do something new. Try to innovate something that will help society and improve people's way of life and so on, and have it to be impactful.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Right. So we spoke about your project, and your project was to collaborate different communication platforms to allow discussion and debate, etc. Now, what was your plan for your project? Was it just for a school exercise, you get a grade and that's it? Or did you actually plan for some other company to invest into your project, or for you to be able to actually see it to fruition in the end by getting some form of investment, sponsorship, etc.? Tell us, what was your plan for that project?
Of course, was to since it was a course, it would have been to do our best in order to get a high mark, right? That was the main goal. But my classmates and I, we were actually having a discussion in order to move it into that direction. We actually wanted to make it bigger than, like Facebook or Twitter or something. But the discussion is still there. We're still in contact. But as various personal things come up in our lives, so it's on hold still. But we would really like to, move it to, have it live then, so that the outside world could interact with it and develop it more, of course.
Okay, great.
But I guess
I
it will have to be a discussion with us. We'll have to come together again and discuss it further.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I would have listened to a few ECCB programs, projects in terms of discussion, and somehow it sounds very familiar to what you are sharing. Is there any familiarity in the way that the COVID-19 discussions were undertaken by ECCB? I know that persons were able to see it on Facebook, comment, ask questions, do survey, etc. A bit of all different segments were incorporated into those sessions. Is it anything familiar to what you're speaking of?
See, I'm not too sure, but if it's familiar, but I would say in terms of familiarity, engaging the community and so on with what's presently going on. Well, I know the bank currently have ECCB dialogues, digital dialogues, where they would discuss what's currently going on, the pandemic and so on, and way forward and engage in the community then. Yes.
Right. Did for your project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, Jenneil, can you tell us um, about your project and how you intended for your project to move forward, and if you actually were able to do that with your team or not, and what are the future plans?
Okay, so for my project, similar to what Lyndon described, it was basically a course called Project Management, and basically it was where would come together as groups and find a problem, lead design, and address it. So for that project, I was in a group with, well, it's four of us. Permit me to say the names. So Rhonda Lewis as our project manager, Tahira Simon as a secretary, Ashton Williams as a lead designer, and then, well, me as the lead programmer. And we came together and we developed this 2D game called Animalscape. And more or less, our objective was that we noticed that persons within the ages of like 5, 6, 7, um, they would, like how it used to be nowadays, we would be outside either playing cricket or stone in a mango tree or so on. We noticed that persons don't do that these days as frequently, so they're more outside on it. So we wanted to create a game in this sense, so like simulates the outdoors, which we named it Animalscape, and introduce like colors and different animals and so on, so that while even though it's a game, it would have been educational in the sense, so like they could play it, they could identify colors and so on. So the main goal was basically to have a working prototype for the our project and exhibition, which was in March, and we had that. It was successful. We had different beta testing, and we actually had plans to move it into production, and that's on the Google Store and Play Store. July, going to be in summer of 2019, because from March we had to prepare for our internship, which ran into July, and well, June, sorry, and from June we had to prepare for graduation, which came into July. And during that time, I would have got the call saying that I got accepted to come to ECCB as an intern. So I left the island 2 days after graduation, and it's what would have been quite difficult, seeing that I would have taken up a new position. I had to learn quite a few things. We continue on, keep in touch with my group members, and a few of them even went on to um get jobs and started school. So it was a bit tricky for us to actually continue on with the project. But as Lennon said, the hope is one day we will like meet together and get it out there, so that not only Grenadians but persons in the Caribbean and internationally can get involved and see the talent that is being executed by TAMCC alumni.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I look forward to see those projects in the future too, and I don't think that you should leave them die. I think that both of you should really, when you settle yourselves, that you tend to push your team forward. Whether you guys would have to now take night and make day to maybe meet at night. So thank God now you have platforms like Zoom, etc., where you can share screens and share ideas, and you can work together on Google Docs, and persons can edit things together. And so there's so many different applications that can be used to make your collaboration easier. So please, you are into IT, information technology, so I know that you know them and you know how to maximize the use of them. So we look forward to that. Both of you, through our discussion, our viewers would have picked up, and I hope that they did that clearly, that both of you are presently at ECCB, and that is located in St. Kitts, and that you are an intern at ECCB, right?
I'm currently a member of staff.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations is in order. Okay. So both you and Lyndon are members of staff. Oh my God, that's awesome. So tell us now. You are a member of staff in what capacity?
So I am attached to the MISD. So that's Management Information Systems Department, which is basically like a fancy name for IT. So I'm basically part of the IT department, and I'm attached to ITS. It's basically information technology support. So we deal with troubleshooting any issues. We're the first level support. So any issues that staff and so on are having around the bank, that we're there to provide the support as well as to help them. Yeah.
Great news, great news. Lyndon, I'm coming back to you. When you started TAMCC, tell us what year was that and how long have you now been officially a staff at ECCB and in what capacity?
I came up here. The internship was offered. Let me see if I can recall the date. October 15, 2018. Yes, 2018. 19. Yes. So I came up here in 2018, and I spent a 1 year internship here. It was really amazing. Learned a lot, and actually, it was initially 6 months, but then I got an extended 6 month offer, which I took. So after that 6 months, I was brought onto staff as Jenneil, and I've been there. Yes, I got on the staff last year, December. hmm
Okay, awesome. So last year,
Yes,
December
and
2019?
yes,
Okay.
and same as Jenneil, I'm attached to the Management Information Systems Department. But we both do different things. I'm attached to the application support and maintenance unit. So we basically maintain the various applications and so on, and provide support to those applications that we use. hmm
Awesome. We are proud of both of you. Congratulations are in order. There was something else that I want to highlight in your journey. Not just the fact that you were selected as members of the internship of ECCB and now you are both employed, but you also had a goal before coming in to graduate with honors. Tell us about that, Lyndon. How did it play out? How were you able to achieve that goal and what happened in the end?
well, I came with one goal, and that was to study hard and to work hard, you know, put away all the other fancy stuff and just focus on that. Because, getting that degree is very important. It's an important step in my life, in many people's lives. So I decided to focus hard on that. The I started off a bit shaky, but I was just getting into the groove and so on, and I was studying hard, man. I was going late nights and so on. I wanted those A's.
Right.
Those A's, man. So it was a bit shaky, but as time passed by, started to get into the groove and work really hard. Had really good friends to motivate me, as well as the lecturers. They motivate me and kept me, um, kept kept me, positive,
Right.
so that I can push forward through all those roadblocks.
Right.
And uh, push through the first year, study hard. The second year came, study more hard, because the second year is usually very, very competitive. So but I had the support from my family, my friends, my lecturers, and pushed forward and I ended up graduating with honors, and it felt really good, you know, graduating with honors, having a nice orange gold thing around when you're graduating and so on. It feels good.
You're honest
Yes.
too.
Hmm.
And in addition to that, what else happened?
What else happened?
Yes. So at graduation, tell us about graduation.
Oh, well, at graduation, I got a surprise, actually. I wasn't expecting it, but I got an award. It was for the, I think, second best overall for the SAT program. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one, so it came as a bit of a surprise. So that also happened.
Hard work is rewarded. And that is
Yes,
what
yes.
we support at TAMCC. We encourage students to work hard and we reward you in the end. So I am happy that your life has taken that positive path. And I just
Mhm.
want you to tell us what are your goals in the future, what you intend to do. Are you going to do your bachelor's? What are you going to do next?
Well, my goals for the future, um, to continue growing as an individual. Well, of course, my colleagues here at the bank, they always motivate me and tell me to pursue those degrees because they are very essential to your life and to, you know, to your job, to your profile then, you
Right.
know. So it's very important. So in the future, I seek to go towards attaining my bachelor's degree very soon. I'm not too sure when. I don't have a date in mind, but I also seek to do courses and so on the side still, as those can help a lot. Um, Also to further improve my IT skills, my personal skills, soft skills, and just to keep growing as a individual.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Life does not end at just a job, so we have to continue to
that
do
is
self
true.
development, and in that way, you make yourself more valuable, and your workplace would appreciate you much more. And I do see great things in your future, and I believe that if you continue to work hard, you will be rewarded as well in the future. So all the best in everything that you do, and we really appreciate hearing your story, and I'm sure our viewers also did. I have one more question for you, but before that, I just want to hear from Jenneil. What was her experience? I know her goal was very similar to yours, working hard, graduating with honors. Jenneil, tell us, how did that work out for you?
Well, apart from working hard, my goal too was to at least have fun while doing it. And during my time at TAMCC, like similar to Lindon, the first year, like that's when you're just getting into it. So I was involved in many different things. So when I realized TAMC had a number of clubs, I would have signed up for photography club, and then I would have signed up for choir, and I also would have volunteered to be a representative for my class for SRC. And during that time, my first year was pretty okay. I attended all my classes. I would have sat with my friends, make jokes, attend the clubs, and um, when I after the first semester finished, and I realized that my grades were good, I decided to, I guess, get more serious, and I would have continued. However, I didn't drop the clubs. I would have picked up two more clubs. So I would have joined the robotics club and the IT club, like Lindon. And still remained in choir. And then I continued from there. I worked hard, like Lennon said, late nights, lots of time spent in the library. That was my second home. And I was able to do it at the end of the 2 years. I graduated with honors, and I graduated as the valedictorian for the class of 2019. which was really an honor that I was not expecting, but it was a great moment for me.
Great. So I'm hearing the similarities. I'm seeing the paths. Lyndon was awarded for his second best in his school, and you were not just awarded by your school, but you was a valedictorian for the entire school. And so that is awesome. We can see the developments, and as I said, I just wanted to highlight your performances, as I would have mentioned to Lyndon outside of this discussion. You are recognized. Your country is proud of you. People are talking about you. There were mentions made about both of you on different platforms and surroundings. And I just want you guys to know, yes, that you are making an impact in the life of others, and that is what you want to do. You want, when you live your life, it's not just always about you, but that you also motivate others. And so we are happy that you can do so and do it well and represent your parents well. And I'm sure that they are proud of you, they are happy, and they would love to see this program as well. But just to close off the program, before we do, I just want to get a little bit about your little experience in St. Kitts, because it's a country outside. You actually left Grenada to go somewhere else. In addition to your experience at ECCB, what was your experience in St. Kitts? How do you feel about it? Jenneil.
So, it was a bit scary for me. Like I said, I had to leave 2 days after my graduation and come into a country where I knew only one person, Lindon, and I didn't have any family or so. So I came with an open mind, of course, and I must say the experience has been good. The ECCB is a family. Like some persons would hear ECCB and be like, "Oh, this is a strict place," and it is. Don't get me wrong, but like apart from that, like I still feel like part of like a school because at the bank, like there are things like there's sports day, there's even like performing arts and music. I even find myself in a band because I play the violin, and I got to do that last year at the Christmas dinner as well as shows that is put on by the bank. So it's been really fun. Apart from that, I still feel like a tourist every day because although St. Kitts is really small compared to Grenada, there are still places that I haven't been to, and the persons here are very welcoming, really nice. I have never had a bad experience where I have to say, "Oh, I don't like St. Kitts no more. Time to go back to Grenada." Like I feel one step closer to becoming a citizen. I'm pretty sure Lyndon could say the same thing.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, it's been really good. It's been really
Right.
good.
So you had Lyndon, and Lyndon had no one. So Lyndon, tell us about your experience.
Yes. So, on my way here, I was really scared, really shy, not knowing what to expect. So, you're going to a country, you don't really know anyone yet.
All
You
right.
know, the only person I would have known would have been my mentor, Earl Santan. She's the one who came down to interview us. So, and that was the first time I would have traveled for a very long time. So the plane ride, the plane ride felt a bit scary going up and down, but I became accustomed to it. But the throughout, you start developing your confidence because it's like I don't want to say break out of your shell, but you start getting exposed to different things. You start meeting different people, intelligent people, and when you talk to them, they give them, they will give you certain advice and good advice to help you improve on various things. So it was a really good experience for me. I'm grateful for it. It allowed me to build up my confidence, which was really low back then in college. But then it allowed me to break out of my comfort zone then, and allow me to build up myself as an individual I haven't really had any. I haven't had bad experiences here. Really, the experiences at the bank being an intern was really fun. It was rewarding. I have to say, I worked a lot. There was a lot of hard work to be done, but I had a lot of fun as an intern also. And it's important to have fun, you know. It's important because you don't want to work and don't have any fun because it's good to have fun in the process. So try my
Comfortable.
enjoy the whole internship process, and it was really rewarding, I would say.
Thank you very much. And I'm happy that you guys feel, comfortable, you feel secured, you feel supported. And now you have the both of you there who are both Grenadians now, and you can look up to one another. And I'm really happy for your experience. I wish that you would get back to us later on, or we would try to get to you to find out, how you're doing, how you've improved, and your experiences. So we just want to say thank you. We have viewers as well. End of our program for today, and I just want to say thank you to both you, Lyndon and Jenneil, for being part of the program. I enjoyed hearing your stories. If you just want to say thank you to our viewers as well, anybody you want to say anything to, just do that quickly so we can say thank you to our viewers for viewing.
Well, I just quickly want to thank our dean, Mrs. Finley. She has been great, the most amazing person ever. She always checks in on us, and she's actually was the one who like got us to where we are right now. And also all the teachers attached to
I would also
the
like
department, that's the computer science technology department. Thank you to all lecturers and well, my classmate, class of 2019. I see you guys.
mm,
Linda?
yes, I would also like to say thank you to our dean, Mrs. Marlene Finley. Without her, I don't think we would have been here because she was very helpful in the entire process. She was there for us from the moment we left St. Kitts. She was always checking our notes and to see how we were doing and so on. And to every lecturer within the IT department, within SAT. Without them, of course, I would not have been here. They taught us very good. They were there to explain various concepts and to make us into very good IT technicians. So special thanks to them.
Awesome, awesome. So,
Yeah.
viewers, you've heard them. They would have mentioned the experience. The information technology program is within the School of Arts and Applied Arts and Technology, sorry. And that school basically focuses on the technical aspect in collaboration with the written aspect of it. Persons in the past would have had the notion that it's a school where, if persons are not so very well versed in education, that they go to learn a skill. And I just want you to understand that it is nothing like that. We have students within the school who have performed very well in the CXCs, have 8, 9, 10 upward subjects, and they are also very top students within the school. And the selection process is a very vigorous one in the sense that the school ensures that they select the best. So, in addition to application, there is also an interview process in order to enter into the School of Applied Arts and Technology. We are asking you to apply early to be part of any one of those programs, and so you will have to go through the regular process as was mentioned before. Pay your application fee of $100 at TAMCC, go online and apply, and you will get a response from the admissions department. So I want to thank you again for listening to our program. Thank you, Lyndon. Thank you, Jenneil. Wish you all the best. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as we continue to move on with Unlock Your Potential, viewers, our next program will be a press conference conference, which will focus on registration, the opening of school, and also graduation. So stay tuned, continue to follow our Facebook page, continue to follow GIS, and you will get much more information as it relates to the opening of school. Thank you again. I am your host, Christina Swan Awaga.